Death Steps in the Dark is a 1977 Giallo film that stars Leonard Mann from Night School. And this one tells the story about a group of passengers in a compartment of an express train. A murder is committed just as the convoy passes through a tunnel, and the travelers have very little time to put a face to the killer. This was a patron request and a first time watch, and I enjoyed this movie. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's your average murder mystery giallo, except this one's goofy. It's really wacky, and that's my biggest positive, is that it didn't take itself too seriously. There was some wackiness, some characters that just had me laughing out loud. This one character who's like a model, the main guy is a photographer, he's trying to clear his name, but this model chick that he's with, Ingrid, she's like a Swedish girl. She has a funny accent, and she's very just childish. She's like an airhead. It's just, I was having a good laugh at like her ignorance. Like, there is some really funny moments in this movie that I just did not see coming. Like, this has a really wacky tone to it. Like, one of the worst, most amateurish breaking and entering robberies ever. Like, like he's yelling like a code word, like it's raining, meaning like there's cops coming, we gotta get out of here. So what does she do? She just fetches an umbrella. She's like, you said it's raining, right? Like, where did she get the umbrella? Why did she bring it to a freaking robbery? Like, this chick was so hysterical, and I liked the chemistry between him and Ingrid. It's just, they really made this movie, and the kills are kind of graphic, not too graphic, not too gory. It's mainly like throat slits, but at least there's an attempt to like make some practical effects there. Sometimes you get throat slits where it looks like blood shooting off of the knife. In this one, they actually like made some appliances to the neck, a couple of decent throat slits in here, and one scene where two lesbians get killed. That was like the best kill scene in the movie. It's kind of brutal. A head's in the door getting crushed, breaking her neck in the door, and then like her lover's blood gets in like the water in the pipes, and it goes through like her blood, her bathtub. She's in the bathtub, and her lover's blood comes through. I thought that was pretty cool, and then really messed up. And so that was like the best horror scene. It's shot well, cinematography's good, and even the police detectives in this movie has some amusing dialogue. The dialogue overall was pretty good. And there's a character in this movie where it's all like English dubbed, it's Italian actors, and somebody else provides the voice for them. And the person who is speaking for this one guy, like, his voice does not match his face. He sounds like the guy who trains Rocky. He sounds like Burgess Meredith. It was just jarring, but yeah, just really funny. Some cool kills, gratuitous nudity, some lesbian scenes, close-up shots of lesbians like making out. Like, there's like extreme close-up shots of tongues licking each other, like they're licking each other's tongues, and there's close-up shots of pubes.
What do you say? It's Greek, means asshole.
And the plan they come up with to catch the killer is pretty far-fetched. They do some like Mission Impossible shit, and you just roll your eyes and just have a good laugh. Like, really? Like, no. They can't possibly make a face like that. It's like some happy birthday to me shit. I just was like, really? This is where we're going? Like, this is their plan? How did they make that face? Who did they get to make it? Like, really? There wasn't any other way to get this killer to, expose themselves. As for my dislikes, I just thought the movie was a little slow. It was a little convoluted. It was hard to follow. I'm not even sure why the killer killed. Like, I understood the people that were blackmailing this person, why this person killed them, but the first person, I couldn't really listen to the explanation because some person was stuttering and making noises the whole time. So, if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. Like, the cop is saying, this is why this person did what they did, but I'm distracted by the person in the background going blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait, what's he saying? Like, so why did they kill like the first person? I forget. But yeah, it was kind of hard to follow everything. Like, wait, who's this person? Wait, why are they here? Like, who's this person again? They're connected to this person? How? Like, I couldn't keep up. So, but yeah, I predicted who the killer was, actually. It was just my first guess, and it ended up being that person. But yeah, like, the kills could have been a little bit better. The pace was a little slow. It's not really a movie that I'll go back to. It was a good one-time watch, but it's not something that I will ever need to watch again. It was fine, but it's the comedy that really saved it for me, because without the dialogue, the humorous dialogue, and the funny characters, this movie would have almost nothing going for it, because there's like no good music in it either. Like, usually these Italian films have really Italian sounding music. This one had like no score at all that I noticed. I think it was like just a beat sound. Like, it sounded like a heartbeat. That was the score that I heard. So there was nothing much to that. So when it comes to Death Steps in the Dark, I'll give this one 3 out of 5 stars. And those are my thoughts on Death Steps in the Dark. Let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's just an opinion. You don't need to get upset about it.